Okay, and I meant to record this. I've just started the recording. So if you missed something or want to go back over it, I'll get that posted. They don't want us to put the recordings in cloud anymore because it's taking up a lot of space, but I will get a link to you for the recording. Okay. And again, if you want to post in the chat. And we've got an answer from Ansley and Emma. If I haven't heard from you this morning, let's give it a shot. Okay. Lots of 92s there. Okay. Kenny, what did you do first? You can put in the chat or you can speak.
I did the exponent 8 times 8.
Okay, very good, y'all. 8 squared means 8 times 8. So you will go over exponents in the homework. And 8 times 8 is 64. Okay. Kenny, if you don't mind, I'll let you tell me what you did next.
Then I just divided 14 into 2, which is 7.
Okay, so that division is a level above addition or subtraction, so that has to be done first. And then what'd you do finally after that?
35 minus 7.
Okay, and notice the order Kenny goes in does matter, okay? If you try to add first and take that away, that's not the right answer. So the 35 minus 7. And then y'all came up with 92, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool, okay.
What happened?
Let's get an operation in parentheses. So we have an operation in parentheses. So that's an example of when you would do parentheses first.
It's been so fast.
And if you haven't had a chance to post yet, don't be shy. We might get a couple of different answers to this one, but only one of them's right. I have to follow the order of operations.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, do the signs matter in this one?
Okay. Let's see. Are you talking about which particular part, Emma? Like,
well, when you do 4 minus 7 in the parentheses, you'd get -3, but that would turn into +9. But
very good.
6 times 7, would you carry that negative over? And it
Well,
would be 9 minus 42? Well, I mean, it would still be, you'd still subtract it, but would it be 9 minus 42 plus 20?
Yes.
And then you'd subtract 9 and 42. So would that would give you a -33, right?
Very good. It will. It will. Very good. So let's go back over what Emma said here. 4 minus 7 gives me -3. That is in parentheses. That sign is in parentheses, so it will be squared along with a 3. You will get a positive. And then the multiplication is 42 plus 20, okay? So -3 squared is 9. And we're gonna work from left to right. If you want to change subtraction to plus a negative, sometimes that helps students. 9 minus 42 is going to give me -33. Like I said, another way students like to look at that is if you've got subtraction, you can leave that, change it, and do the opposite. You can see the negative number's bigger, but that results in -33. Okay, so I get -13. -33 plus 20 is -13. So this homework kind of gives you practice on everything we talked about so far, and that's how math is going to be. It's going to build. So you want to make sure you work those in order and you don't put homework off. Okay, I'm gonna leave this up here. I'm going to erase this to make room for the next one. And I'm just gonna write number 5 up here. Take your time here, ask questions. I'm gonna leave that up there. If you already used parentheses in a problem, you need an extra grouping symbol, the next thing would be brackets. This one's gonna be challenging. So I have -5 plus 1 in parentheses, and I have that inside of a bracket divided by 2. So once I use parentheses, I would use brackets. I'm going to put that whole thing to the 3rd power, and I'm going to throw something else in. Okay. And I'll give you time to write that down, and then I'll explain what the symbols are. You can ask questions. So.
Okay.
Go ahead and try it. But if there's something you don't understand, sorry, my writing's not perfect on this tablet, but we might need to go and explain. These are straight bars. What does that mean?
Absolute.
It's absolute value. And I'll remind you how that works, but I'll just let you just go ahead and try it.
Round 2.
An absolute value is like a grouping symbol. You have to take, that has to be taken care of. We need to get that -7 out somehow. So
That zooms in. Chill. You don't have to.
I know the absolute value will never be negative, right? So that
Tammy, that is correct. When you take a number out of absolute value, you just bring the number out. If there's a negative there, it's going to go away, because absolute value is how far something is from 0. -7 is 7 steps from 0.
mhm.
So when you bring that out, it is just going to come out as a 7, okay? Now that minus sign is going to hang out with us, okay? It's not being affected, but when we take
That's
this
what I
out
wanted
of
to
ours,
ask.
we're just going to write a 7.
Okay.
And I'm starting to get some answers.
Oh, my ear has an itch.
I haven't seen an answer yet that I have on my paper. Just saying.
This is perfect.
These are always fun.
It was so nonchalant.
So if you get an answer, don't be shy, type it in. I have not seen my answer yet.
Oh, I'm kind of. You're super naive. Do you even put the naive? Rude. Little bar. And arrow. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see my answer yet.
Negative.
Okay, I got. I still don't see it yet. Anybody else want to put in the chat? Right answer's not up there yet.
Star. Yeah. So what do you use to do? They really pretty.
Still don't have it. Nope. Oh my goodness.
I'm pretty sure I'll have to do
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and work it out. Okay, now in here, when you have grouping symbols, you start on the inside. And so the first thing I would do is -5 plus 1, which is -4. Just highlight that. So I'm doing this right here. And so that's -4. You can just write it or put the parentheses, it doesn't matter. Divided by 2. That's the third power. Okay, like Tammy and I taught, this is just going to come out as a 7. Okay? Y'all look and see if you have a question. Now, I'm still working in the grouping symbols. I'm going to divide that. And when I divide different signs, I get a negative. -4 divided by 2 is -2 to the third power. Now, -2 to the third power means I have -2 times -2 times another -2, which is -8, and I have -7. again, if subtraction confuses you, you can leave that, change the subtraction to addition, and make that the opposite, okay? It's kind of like that keep, change, flip that we do for division of fractions. You keep it, you change it, but then you opposite. Keep that number, change to addition. The opposite of 7 is -7. And the final answer that nobody got is -15. Okay. Okay, so that was fun. Let's try another one. I'm going to put a fraction line in this one.
Caitlin said she had that the first time, the answer.
Oh, you did, Caitlin? Did you change your mind? Or did you, oh, you, Caitlin, I didn't see it. Yay. Thanks, Caitlin. Holler at me next time. Unmute yourself and holler at me. I did not see, oh my gosh, I did not see that. Okay. Let me try to pay better attention here. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna pay attention. That is so funny. Really, because I kept telling everybody the right answer wasn't up there.
I have a feeling it's too good.
LOL. Okay. Okay.
I hate being emotional. On the edge, I'm not. It makes me a robot.
Okay. Looking good here. This line right here is like its own grouping symbol. That means we do all of this at the top, all of this at the bottom, following the order of operations, and the last thing we would do is divide. So up here, so we're just working this expression here. The operation in parentheses would come first. So 2 + 4 is 6. Multiplying would come before subtraction, so that would be 36 - 1. And that is going to give me 35 on the top. Down here, 2 times 3 would come first, so that would be 6 + 1 is 7. 35 over 7 we can simplify, and yes, the answer is 5. Okay, y'all came up with that pretty quick, so I'm going to have to challenge you on this next one here. So I'm going to erase this number 5 here.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
make that straighter there. Okay. So I have a negative sign outside an absolute value of negative 16. That should make that look more like a negative sign here. Okay. Divided by, and I've got this fraction here. Okay, Caitlin's got an answer. James has an answer. Emma has an answer. We seem to be getting 16, but disagreeing on the sign. So I've got negative 16 and positive 16 so far. So we're going to need some more answers.
I'm very confused.
There is a correct answer up there, but I'm not going to say which one. Okay, Wyatt's put his vote in. Tammy, Raylan, okay. Cameron, Ella, okay. Okay, we gotta make a decision here. We either got 16 or negative 16. So we're gonna have to break this tie. Now, this negative is outside of the grouping symbol. If a negative is outside of a grouping symbol, it's going to stay with you. And like we talked about earlier, the absolute value of negative 16 is just going to come out as 16. So these don't affect each other. If a negative is outside of a parenthesis or absolute value, it's going to stay. This is going to come out as 16. And then we have division. We're going to have to do this first. The operation in parentheses, we'll do 3 squared first. And then we'll do these 2 subtractions here before we divide. So that's negative 16 divided by, that would be 5. 9 minus 4 is 5. 5 minus 10 is negative 5. Okay. And let me make some room here. Okay. So I'll bring down the negative 16. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. 2 negatives make a positive. So the positives win on that one. Okay. What I'll do is I'll get that quiz set up before we meet again so I can tell you how many questions and what to expect. And how to show work as needed. And what I'll do, since it's our first quiz and a lot of y'all, this may be your first math class doing MyLabs Plus, I think I'm gonna let you take it 2 times and it will automatically take your higher score. So that way we won't be stressed out, okay? But you'll see, I'm not gonna throw any curveballs at you. It's gonna come from the homework. And so between now and the next time we meet, if you will continue to work on homework and do like Tammy, write down the section you're working on. You know, you can work as many problems as you want to. When you log on, it's going to save them and you can always come back and work some more. So is there that went by pretty quick. Is there anything else today? Okay, so y'all tune in Wednesday, and I'll give you some more specifics about the quiz and how to find it. It's going to be in MyLabs Plus. I go ahead and I keep all the grades in MyLabs Plus instead of Canvas, and that way you kind of have a running average as you work on homework. So that way you always know where you are. So including quizzes and things like that, I will just keep it in there. So anything else?
And you said to view this tape and the recording, you're gonna send a link to
I'm
us?
going to send y'all a link to the recording. I was just putting those cloud recordings, Tammy, but they said that was taking up too much room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this recording and probably put it in a YouTube, and I'll send you the link, and you just click on it and watch it. Okay.
Okay, thank
So
you.
I will get that to y'all so you can watch it again. I started recording it at the third example. Like I said, I just have to remember to record. So
Okay,
thank you. Anybody else? Great. Y'all, please, if y'all need any help or you want to Zoom while you're doing your homework, let me know. Treat this like it's your job. Okay, we're supposed to meet every day at 11, but that would be a lot of Zooming. And so what I'm doing is I'm giving you those alternate days. You don't have to log in at 11 on Tuesday, Thursday, but you commit to an hour and 15 minutes, because if we were meeting on campus, that's what we would do. We would be doing. Okay. So this is your base to for college algebra. So work hard and holler if you have any questions. And y'all have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.